we are ranking every single card in BT6. We're going to go through each card. We're going to see out of 5 stars what each card star is star. Oh my god, I cannot talk. We're going to give these a ranking out of 5 stars, 5 being the best and 1 being the worst, and just talk about each card really briefly as to where it falls and lies. And this is obviously going on YouTube. Yep, hi YouTube. This Demi-Meramon here that has the inheritable when this Digimon attacks player gets plus 1000. There are other red babies that do better things than this, so I'm giving this a 1 out of 5. Like, it's outranked by pretty much every other red egg, I think, right now. Kiaramon. Once per turn, if one of your opponent's Digital Evolution cards is trashed, trigger draw 1. Actually not that bad, but I'd rather play Upamon. But it does draw cards, so I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Going back to this egg, sure, Koromon doesn't work. Demi-Meramon could work just fine. But, like, let me tell you, Agumon isn't, like, tier 1 in or anything because of Demi-Meramon, let me tell you that. I'm changing my opinion. So I'm going to give this Demi-Meramon a 2.5 out of 5. Because it's always plus 1000 when attacking a player. And it is nice to have that level of consistency. I am convinced. So it is a 2.5 out of 5. Bibimon. Once per turn. If you have 3 security cards when attacking, gain a memory. I'm giving this a straight 3 out of 5. I would rank it higher, but like other yellow eggs are really good. This yellow egg is good, gain memory is good. So 3 out of 5. I can make an argument for 3.5, maybe even a 4, but like 3 security cards is a bit of a restriction. They have to have 3 on the dot, not like 3 or less or 3 or more. It's got to be 3, which was why it's not going any higher than a 3. Pinamon. When attacking once per turn, if you attack an opponent's Digimon, draw 1. I'm giving this one a 5 out of 5. Now you might be thinking, whoa, 5 out of 5 for this. This is Green's only straight draw power egg. That's it. They don't have anything else. Although their draw power is conditional, like reveal top cards, add X, sometimes. It's conditional, but this is just straight draw. So one of these days when we have a really good green deck that attacks the opponent's Digimon, it's draw power. 5 out of 5. Agumon. On deletion, reveal top card of your deck. Add to your hand if it's a black Digimon card, otherwise place it at the bottom. I'm gonna give this one somewhere in the ballpark of a 3 to a 4 star rating. Maybe a 3.5. Because you could miss. This is basically like Green Tentomon, right? Like, it's good, and often it will hit, but sometimes it'll miss. And it'll be better than something. Like, it won't be as good as other things. So a 3.5 I think is fine. And for the last baby, Sunomon. Once per turn, your turn. When you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, draw 1. This card is 5 out of 5 egg because it's so easy to do that. And the game now in BT6 and onward incentivizes you to discard cards, trash cards from your hand. And this egg is another reason to do so. Like 5 out of 5, really good egg. That's it. Now for the red cards. Agumon. All turns. When you play a Tamer with tie, gain a memory. That's really good. Inheritable. When this Digimon is Agumon Bond of Bravery. Security plus 1. This is a 5 out of 5 egg because this just makes your Agumon Bond of Bravery super duper strong, and it's this egg that you really, really want. So yeah, and when I say egg, I mean level 3. But yeah, 5 out of 5. It's really good. That being said, though, if you're playing this in any other deck that doesn't do Agumon shenanigans, this is probably a 1 or 2 out of 5 at most. But if you're playing it in Agumon, it is a 5 out of 5. When attacking once per turn, if it has Blitz, draw a card inheritable. So, like, I'm giving this a 3 out of 5 right now, because Shoutmon isn't that good going into BT6. But this is a really good inheritable for BT6. Like, if we had this for Shoutmon now, Shoutmon would see a lot more play, because draw power is really good. But we don't. So, if this card, if Shoutmon sees more play in the future, if we get more Shoutmon support, this will really be a much better egg. But for now, 3 out of 5. Its draw power and it gives Shoutmon a new toy to play with. That's always cool. Huckmon! On play, reveal top 5 cards, add up 2 Digimon with Huckmon, Justmon, or Sistermon added to your hand. 5 out of 5. This is always adding something. It gives you lots of options. Huckmons, or Justmons, or Sistermon cards. It adds like fucking half your deck, potentially. So like, this will barely ever miss 2, and you'll usually always get 1. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Like, if you consider, like, this is one of those few level 3 red cards that you'd rather hard play almost than evolve into your egg, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Again, conditional. If you don't play, like, freaking Justmon and you're playing this for no reason, you know, it's obviously way worse. But otherwise, really good. Your turn. When this Digimon has Hybrid or 10 warriors in its former type, it gains Piercing. This will be a lot better, maybe, in BT5. Or, sorry, BT7. Maybe, with more Hybrid support for Red. But for now, Piercing, probably right now, honestly, a 2 out of 5. But this could go up in BT7. Now we go to Champions. Bayo Huckmon can be added with Huckmon. Inheritable, once per turn attacking. If your Sistermon in play, delete when your opponent's Digimon of 5,000 DP or less. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5, just because it's once per turn, and just because it doesn't hit more. Now, to be fair, you might think that's a little greedy, but like 5,000 DP or less in this format, in BT6 format, isn't happening as often as you think it is. But it's very easy to pull off, so yeah, 4 out of 5. Deltamon, a 7,000 DP level 4. With all the other good level 4s that exist, I don't think this card's seeing any play. It's a 1 out of 5 at most. Megadramon, also treated as black. You can evolve it on a red or a black for 3. Oh, by the way, we're in our ultimates now. And inheritable plus 2,000. I think being treated as black is cool, but honestly, I don't really care about it. It's a 1 out of 10. Out of 10! That's even worse! Ashuramon. When Digivolving Blitz. Level 5. That's actually kind of neat. And I will give it a 2 out of 5. But I don't think it's going to see much play. Savior Huckmon. When Digivolving, play Digimon with Sistermon for free from your hand. When attacking once per turn, if your Sistermon in play, unsuspend this Digimon. 5 out of 5 straight up in a Justmon deck. You don't even need to play this in a Justmon deck, really. If you played some kind of weird amalgamation, like a top-end red that's not Justmon for some reason, but still playing Sistermons, I don't know why you would do that, but like, 5 out of 5. And big Justmon boy himself. Play a Sistermon for free when you attack, once per turn, when you attack. If you play another Digimon, gain plus 3,000 DP and Piercing. 5 out of 5, this card is a whole build-around deck with those inheritables. It's just straight broken. So, yeah, 5 out of 5. Magna Kidmon. I forgot this card existed, not gonna lie. Security plus 1, and when Digivolving, use an option card with a memory cost of 7, or in your hand without paying a Digimon cost. If you don't, delete something with 4,000 less. Like, you could theoretically play this in Muskets, but it's red and it's really bad, so it's 1 out of 5. I hate this card. And of course, Bond of Bravery. When attacking, if you have a Tamer in play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 or less. When your opponent's Digimon is deleted, trash top card of their security stack. That is just strong. It's a 5 out of 5. Yep, that's it. On to blue! We have the Agumon counterpart Gabumon. Same thing with the Tamer thing, gaining memory. But, if this Digimon is unsuspend, like, if you attack, if it spawn a friendship, you might unsuspend it. This lets your Gabumon effectively attack 3 times, which is really fucking good. And then you can effectively bounce 3 things with Gabumon, as we'll see in a moment. 5 out of 5 egg in this deck. 1 out of 5 in anything else, but 5 out of 5 in Gabumon. Gizamon, 3 to evolve, 2,000. When your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards, plays plus 1 DP, it's not enough. And like all the other inheritables for that archetype, that theme are way better. So, yeah, no. 1 out of 5. Modoki Betamon. Your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. This is Gazimon. This is good. This is a good card. This is a 4 out of 5. Like, I can't make it a 5 out of 5 because not every deck is going to play memory boosts and things like gaining memory. But like, this card, these cards, you cannot gain memory from memory boosts while these equivalent cards are on the field. And that's just really, really freaking good. Like 4 out of 5, maybe even higher. This card's insane. Straightupmon. If this Digimon has Hybrid or 10 words in its form type, when attacking once per turn, gain a memory. Blue Hybrid support is really cool. A memory is always kind of nice. Generally, good memory stuff I like to kind of make a little bit higher. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. But this could be subject to change in BT7 times. We'll see. Octomon, 7000 DP, 2 to evolve. Again, I can't see many decks playing it. I think some variants of Gobblebond play it just because it's a level 4 backup attacker that is actually kind of strong. But besides that, it says a 2 out of 5, I think. Mojamon, 5 to play, 2 to evolve, 5000. While your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards in play, it has jamming. I guess that's okay. When attacking, trash one Digivolution card from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. Actually okay. Like, this thing having jamming isn't so great. If it carried over to, like, something else, that'd be kind of cool, but... do I give this a 2 or a 3 for its archetype? I'm probably going to give it a 2. I'm going to be real. I'm not too sold on the memory, on the I don't even know what I don't think the Digisource Strip archetype mechanic is very good in this set when you compare it to other things we have in this set. Same thing with Hexablau last set. Hexablau, on paper, really good card. Compared to everything else, not really. So, like, I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5, and that's where I'm gonna put it. Pangemon. 3 to evolve, 5 to play actually is really cool. When attacking once per turn, gain a memory. That's basically really good. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5. That might be a little generous, but it's a level 5 that costs 5 to play, and always gains your memory every turn when you attack. That's not that bad. Like, if it cost a little more to play, I'd probably give it a 2 out of 5. Maybe I'm a little bit generous with a 3, but, you know, I'm okay with giving it a 3 out of 5. I don't know if I'll ever play it, but it is good value for what it is. Dragomon. When Digivolving, return one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon and other Digivolution cards to its owner hand. Definitely a 3 out of 5. It would be bigger and greater if it returned something a little bit higher, but level 4 and lower is really easy to recover from. So, yeah. Mejiramon. Trash one Digivolution card from the top of one of your opponent's Digimon, and once per turn, attacking if your opponent has no Digivolution cards in play, unsuspend this Digimon. This card is a 5 out of 5 if you are playing a Zulongmon, or even Hexablau. It is a 5 out of 5, but if you are not, you'll never play it. So, in its archetype-specific world, I'm going to be very generous, and I am going to give it a 5 out of 5. Pukamon. Main Digiburst 2. Your Digimon can't be blocked by your opponent's Digimon this turn. It's super interesting. Like, it's really weird. It's not going to survive to see the light of day while you have other things on the field. But, like, it's really cool. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5, though. Big Boy Azulong himself. Alright. 5 to evolve. 13,000. When Digivolving, trash one Digivolution card from the bottom of all your opponent's Digimon. Then gain 1 memory for each of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards. And during your turn, for each Digimon with no Digivolution cards your opponent has in play, it gets security +1. So you can kind of see how this card with this card is like really freaking scary, right? And if you follow it up with a Blitz Omnimon, you could potentially win the game. It is a good card, but again, you play around it in the same way you play around Hexablau. That's really it. I can't give it a 5 out of 5 just because, you know, it's super conditional. It's also conditional on your opponent having Digimon on the field. So they have an empty field, right? It's just basically a 13,000 vanilla. You know what I mean? I'm going to be generous and give it a 4 out of 5. But given the right circumstances, you can literally kill your opponent right away with this card, which is kind of scary. And the final blue Digimon, Gabumon Bond of Friendship himself. If I was given more than 5 stars, I would give this card like 7 stars out of 5. This card's insane. It can attack multiple times because you cannot suspend it. You can return an opponent's level 5, the lower to the bottom of the opponent's deck. When attacking, not once per turn, so you do it over and over again. This card's insane. Nothing else to say. it's going to be one of the best cards in the format. Alrighty, let's take a quick little drinking break here so I can refresh myself and not dry out. Giggity. You guys enjoying this so far? I am. It's pretty good. Alright, we're off to yellow here. We are off to yellow here, and Tinkermon is the first card. On deletion, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security -1 until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this essentially power crept the set 1 Tinkermon, right? Is Tinkermon, is it still that good? It's kind of that good, because it will, you know, if you, like, do this on a Gobubond, it's basically kind of useless, you know what I mean? Or an Imperial Digimon or something similar to that. It also requires you get a lot of value out of it if you play Pewtermon from set 1. However, you know, if you're playing Mastermon BT6, are you really thinking about playing the Pewtermon Tinkermon package? You might. You might. Regardless, though, I don't think it's a bad card at all. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 if you're playing with Pewtermon and Mastermon, and you can, you know, go into it reliably and do the thing with it, but less otherwise. Tapirmon. I love this card. I freaking love this card. It's a level 3, inheritable once per turn. When a card is removed from your security stack, trigger draw 1. This card is so stupid. This card is so good. I don't care what anyone says. It is so easy in yellow to manipulate your security stack like this. It's just free draw power. It's a 5 out of 5. Like, this might actually, unironically, be the best card that yellow gets in BT6. Like, straight up. This inheritable is crazy. But, yeah, 5 out of 5. We're going to go into some controversial ground here, let me tell you. So, on play for 3, you may trash cards from the top of your security stack until there are 3 left. You gain a memory for each. So, like, funnily, this could be a 1-cost rookie to hard play, which is super interesting. Think about it. And then your turn, inheritable. While you have 3 security cards, this Digimon gains jamming. So, okay. I do not like this Pulsemon. I don't think it does enough. And its payoff isn't really that good because, like, okay, if this had Rush, this card would be almost ban-worthy. But it doesn't have anything else, right? Like, you can maybe play it for 1, evolve for 1, like, maybe have a fast turn. But, like, at the cost of 2 security cards, really? There's better cards, if you ask my opinion. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 in the right deck, but that's it. No higher. 4 to play, by the way, really good. And 2 to evolve. Your turn once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, gain a memory. So this kind of goes off the Tapirmon, right? Again, this is great. This is a great inheritable. Now, I would prefer the draw power, not gonna lie. The memory is really good, but it is a level 4. And level 4s in yellow, we actually have some good ones now. So will you play 4 Wizardmon or 3 Wizardmon? You probably won't. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 though, because again, with the right setup, this card's insane. Well, Lucimon. 4 to play, by the way, that's important. If you have 3 of your security cards, trigger draw 2. I adore this card. I actually just love this card. Because if you think about it, Rookie Rush, you know, they always have 3 or fewer security cards, it feels like. And some of your rookies just cost 3. So for 1 more, you get extra draws. Which sometimes is lacking in, like, Rookie Rush, you know what I mean? 3 out of 5 card, pretty good. Mimicmon, on play. If you have 3 or fewer security cards, gain 2 memory. Can you guys sense a theme here? Effectively, this is a champion that costs 2 to play. Like, that's really good. Like, yeah. That's all I got on that one. It's a really good card. In the right deck, I can see this card doing very scary things. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. Bulkmon. While you have 3 or more security cards, this card gains security attack +1. Keep in mind, though, this is on a 5,000 body. You won't be boosting it often, so this is just a 2 out of 5 at most, maybe even less. Apemon. Rookie Rush's new toy, an 8,000 DP champion. 4 out of 5. It's so strong. It doesn't do anything, That's so strong. Maybe even 5 out of 5 worthy in Rookie Rush. But yeah, 4 out of 5 generally. Good card. Mammothmon. While you have 3 of your security cards, this Digimon gains plus 1000 DP. It costs 5 to play, which I really like. But 1000 DP isn't really enough. So, like, 2 out of 5 if you ask me. Mistymon. 3 to evolve, 6 to play. Once per turn, when a card is moved from security stack, something gets minus 2000 DP for the turn. Super interesting if you consider cards like War Greymon. Your War Greymon now does 8000 DP to something when it attacks, which is funny. So I think that's really good. But again, and it also has some synergy with Mastermon too, I'll give it that. But besides that, and maybe even like Dynasmon stuff, I don't know. But the 2000 DP will add up and might do some things, but I don't think it's enough to do anything with. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It could be a little bit less. But yeah. Manticoremon. When attacking, you may trash the top card of your security stack to have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 5000 DP for the turn. I'm very hit or miss on this card, because it is good, but it has to be attacking. If it was inheritable, it would be even better. So I'm going to give it like a 2 out of 5, because you won't often be attacking with this card. Not really. Babamon. So what's interesting about this card, first of all, is that you can evolve it on top of a green. That's kind of cool. On deletion, play a Rosemon or the 2 yellow Digimon level 3 cards from your hand. I'll pay the memory cost. It's really cool because Rosemon support's coming, but like it's just not that good, unfortunately. None of the Rosemons are really good. I guess the only situation where this is really good is like if you crash this somehow and have 2 Bushy Agumon in hand, and then you like attack her game. But that's it. That's it. Your level 6s in yellow should be doing more. So I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5. It could be even less. Skull Mammothmon. It's a level 6 blocker, by the way, in yellow. That costs 3 to evolve. And during all turns, if you have 3 of your security cards, it's 2000 DP plus. So a 13,000 DP blocker. Now again, you want your level 6s to do more. So you're never going to really play this card. You might draft this card, actually. That would be really good. But outside of that, in main play, I don't think it's going to see any play. I think it's a 1 out of 5. Unfortunately. Dynasmon. The card that everyone in yellow is talking about. So let's talk about it. Level 4 or 4 to evolve. And when Digivolving, trash top card of security stack to reveal the top 6 cards in your deck. Add the 2 level 6 or lower Digimon to your hand, trash the rest. On all turns, once per turn, when a card is removed from your security stack, if you have 3 or fewer security cards, trigger recovery 1. Like, 3 out of 5. Okay? I had this conversation with, like, on my last stream. So, Dynasmon is like a good backup level 6, if that. It's not something you want to, like, main your strat around by any means. Like, I cannot see myself playing a Dynasmon deck unless I feel like making cool YouTube content. But I don't think it's the way. I really don't think that Dynasmon is the way. I'd rather still play Lord Nightmon, honestly, or War Greymon, or Mastermon. Not this. It is cool. It does help you synergize with things, and it does load up your graveyard for things like Mastermon, which is kind of cool and stuff. But the recovery is nice. But, you know, funny enough, I could see this thing seeing play in security control. Because if you think about it, if the opponent doesn't kill this card, then whenever they attack your security, you're going to recover a card right away, you know what I mean? That could be really interesting. But besides that, I don't think so. 3 out of 5 is average. It's a decent card, but like it's not game-breaking or anything. Green Time. Bakumon. If your opponent has 2 or more suspended Digimon, gain a memory when attacking. Not a bad card. Memory is cool. Will your opponent have suspended Digimon that often? Against green? Probably not. 2 or 3 out of 5. Probably. Pomumon is 3 to play, 5,000, 1 to evolve. It's 1 out of 5. There's no reason to play this over Auroramon or something like that. Morphomon. The Eosmon, level 3. On deletion, reveal top cards, 5 cards attack, add a Manoa and an Eosmon. Like, where do we even place these cards? Because Eosmon is not that good, guys. It's not that good. But, like, this is a really good card for Eosmon. But it also could just... It will always add an Eosmon to hand. You can, like, bet your life on it that this will die, and you're adding an Eosmon in your hand. So, like, yeah. Just skip green cards. Okay, Parasaurmon is a 3-cost champion with 5,000 DP. It's a 1 out of 5. Again, no reason, just play Auroromon. Fine. Arbormon. So this is your Lobomon and Agunimon, the ones that evolve Tamers on top of Tamers. So these are straight. All these cards that do this effect are 5 out of 5s. They are 5 out of 5s because if you are playing green, you can just attack your game by evolving on a Mimi. So that's just how it is. 5 out of 5. Petaldramon. 3 to evolve for level 4, but you may digivolve this card from your hand onto one of your green Tamers, as if the Tamer is level 3. Interesting, huh? Another one of those cards. And it has Piercing. So, 7,000 DP Piercing. The other one is better because it's cheaper, honestly. But, you know, maybe a 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, maybe. Maybe I'm being too nice to this card. I don't see any reason why you play this over the 2-cost one. But I guess if you want extra outs to, like, Tamer Evolve for game stuff, maybe you play it. I don't know. Probably not. Probably a 3 out of 5. Teropiamon. Teropiamon. When attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon 5,000 DP or less. Lilamon is just better. I don't care. This is a 1 out of 5. Entmon. Once per turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon battle and survives, unsuspend it. That's a lot better. That's good. That's a good card. I'd probably give that a 3 out of 5 because you could reasonably do that. No problem. Level 6s. This card looks so freaking cool. Eldredimon. It's basically a turtle with like carrying a city. And you can see Ceresmon up here kinda, so that's really nice. So it costs 4 to evolve, 30 plus 1. Your opponent's effects can't reduce this Digimon's DP. Wow. It's not like Gaia Force exists, unfortunately, so this is like a 1 out of 5. Ancient Troymon. Green's new toy. Yep. So, opponent's turn. 5 to evolve. When an opponent's Digimon attacks, suspend up to 2 of their Digimon without blocker. That's the gimmick. That's this deck. And then you may play a green level 4 lower Digimon with hybrid for free on deletion effect. Nope. This card is not that good. It's a meme, but it's really easy to play around. And if you don't have a hybrid in your hand when it dies, it's just kind of bad. But you also want to save your level 4 hybrids for surprise counterattack on top, evolve onto Tamer for gameplays. This card's a 1 out of 5. I don't care what anyone says. Junkmon. We're into the blacks now. On deletion, gain a memory. We have this in a couple other colors. It's not really played right now. Probably a 1 out of 5. There are better inheritables in black at this level. Chikurimon. Okay, so I'm really hit or miss on this card. So it's a security effect. At the end of the battle, trigger Digivolve 1 onto one of your opponent's Digimon. So, like, that's super interesting. Because if you hit a Gobond or Agubond with this, it's really kind of good. And it also does random things against random decks too, don't forget. So, like, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. It doesn't have an inheritable, you know, so it's not that good. It doesn't have an on-play effect, so it's not that good. If you draw them, they're basically completely useless, or just level 3s that do nothing. So, like, 4 out of 5, I'm comfortable with that. And who knows, maybe it'll be better than that. We'll see. Another Toyagumon. While this has blocker, it gets plus 1000 DP. Something like this is a 3 or 4 out of 5 for the color on this freaking thing. Because blockers are really good. And this set has a lot of blocker synergy, as you're going to see. So an extra 1000 DP all turns is kind of scary. So a 3 or 4 out of 5, I guess. Maybe a 3.5. Let's just be safe. Nanimon. Nani? What does this card do? Security. At the end of battle, play this card without paying its memory costs. Oh, it's another security Digimon. But it's 3 to play for a champion, but only 2000? 2 out of 5. Machmon. Decoy Black. Interesting. So, when one of your other black Digimon will be deleted by an opponent's effect, you may delete this Digimon instead. Decoy is very interesting, right? 4 to play is not bad, but are you ever going to do this? Not really. What it ends up doing, essentially, is it forces your opponent to kind of get rid of this first, but it's also only by effect, so like it's not even by battle. So maybe 2 out of 5 if that. Deputymon. Oh my god, this card. On play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add a Digimon card with 3 Musketeers in its type and or 1 Digimon card with memory boost, with memory cost of 7 among them to your hand. Trash the rest. Trash the rest. And then during your turn, this Digimon can Digivolve into a Digimon card with 3 Musketeers in its type from your hand for memory cost of 6. This is a 5 out of 5 in its respective deck, and even, maybe not even in Muskets, it's still a 5 out of 5. This adds good cards, and mills cards, and can get your level 5. That's really good. 5 out of 5. If you bring this back with Onimon's Wart, you do the whole thing all over again. So like, 5 out of 5, this card's not. Gigadramon. This Digimon is also treated as red. This is the opposite of the Megadramon we saw in the red. So I'm going to give it the 2 out of 5, just like before, for the same reasons. Volcanomon. I love the art of the cards playing cards. It's really cool. But anyway, inheritable. While your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon in play, it gains security attack +1. That's really cool and all, but like there are so many better level 5 inheritables right now, like Gogglemon, Megadramon from the Black Star deck. Security +1 is really cool, but it's completely unnecessary in black. So 2 out of 5. Big Memon. 2 out of 5. That's it. Mamamon. Decoy Black. Same thing as before. On deletion, delete when your opponent's Digimon with play cost 7 or less. It's a better decoy card. If you're playing this deck, you're playing Decoy the deck, basically. I don't think Decoy the deck is very good. So I'm just going to give it a 2 out of 5. Maybe a 3 out of 5 if you're playing the Decoy deck, but that's it. Gundramon. Blazing guns all over the place. This card is insane. It costs 4 to evolve, but don't forget, on a Deputymon, it costs 6. Think about that. It's blocker, which is silly. When Digivolving, reveal top 5 cards of your deck. You may use one option card with memory cost of 7 among them for free. Trash the remaining cards, and if you don't, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost 4 or less. This card is a 5 out of 5. It's a blocker, it kills things, or it kills things. Okay, that's really good. Pio Volcamon. It has Reboot, costs 3 to evolve. Opponent's turn once per turn. When one of your other Digimon is deleted, you Digivolve 1. It's too slow, 1 out of 5, you'll never do it. Gankumon. 4 to evolve. It's worth it though. When Digivolving, delete all of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost. So if there's a tie, it board wipes. Really good against Rookie Rush. But anyway, while your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon, it gains security +1. So like, the inheritable security +1 wasn't that good. But this guy just has it for being itself, and can also do deleting things on evolve, potentially multiple things. This card is just a 5 out of 5 for black. That's all. Maybe I'm going a little bit too hard on it, like too soft maybe. Maybe it's closer to a 4.5, but like, hey, this card's really good. And now purple time! Impmon. On play, trash card in your hand. If you do, return a Digimon card with 7 Great Demon Lords and 3 Musketeers from its type for trash to your hand. 5 out of 5. This is one of those rookies. Again, it's so good that you don't want to evolve into it on top of an egg, you just want to play this thing. The trashing card in your hand is really good for aforementioned trashing synergies we talked about with Sunomon, but also, this card trashes options from your hand, which is really good in the Musketeer themed deck. So 5 out of 5. Good card. Goblymon. Once per turn, when you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, it gets plus 2000 DP. The plus 2000 is cool because it does let you hit magic numbers, and it's once per turn, and it's kind of like easy to do. How good is it in my opinion? Probably a 3 out of 5. I could settle on an argument for 4 out of 5 if you're doing it literally every turn. But that's it. It's still a good card, though. You're still going to see this card. It's still going to see play. And it's going to attack over things by the time it gets to a big boy. So just keep that in mind. Elecmon. On deletion. Delete when your opponent's level 3 Digimon. It trades with rookies, basically. There are other ways to get rid of rookies that are much more efficient than this. So I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. Kinkymon. Or Kinkakumon, as some people call it. There's a whole synergy with this, which we'll talk about in a minute, but let's take these cards for what they are first. When attacking, inheritable. Not once per turn, by the way. You may trash one card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon. Much better than the Elecmon we just saw, right? It is a good inheritable. Trashing cards is good, and deleting level 3s is good. Again, if they see this card, they might not play level 3s, but it is 4 to play. It's a solid 3 out of 5, maybe even 4 out of 5, but I'm going to settle on a 3. Ogremon. On play, you may trash a card in your hand to delete one of your opponent's level 4 lower Digimon. This is really cool because it's level 4, and you can bring it back with things like Massamon or Zwart, and it just activates and kills things. A little more valuable than Starmons with a Massamon type of thing, you know what I mean? Trash a card in your hand, place your other synergies if you're playing those synergies. So if you are playing those synergies, this card is a 4 out of 5. If you are not, it's a 3 out of 5. Ginkakumon. 5 to play. It's in the same line as the Kinkakumon. Your turn, once per turn inheritable. When you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, gain a memory. That's really good! Again, another payoff, and it gains you memory. Definitely, I like this one more than the other one, the Kinkakumon. I will give this 1 out of 4 out of 5, because gaining memory in purple can never go wrong. But yeah, that's it. Boogeyman. It's just your Octomon. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5, because you're never going to play this in purple, because now we have so many good level 4s, like the next one we're going to talk about. Ginkakumon Promote. So, I got flamed a little bit, because I forgot this card existed when I made my video about the new guy with Rush, and I said purple finally gets Rush. Well, they had Rush, and I was just KEKW forgot. So, yeah. This Digimon has Rush. 6 to play. Rush. But it gets better. You can evolve it on to level 4 for 1 if you want, playing off your synergies with the Kinkakus and the Gagakus, which is cool. But on play, you may play a Kinkakumon and or Ginkakumon from your trash in this card's Digivolution cards, in any order. If you place 2 cards with this effect, trigger draw 1 and gain a memory. This card is fucking bananas. This card is a 5 out of 5. Because you could just bring it back with like Mastamon or something, and like game. Or you can bring it back with like a Beelstarmon and a free Nailbone, and like Rush, and attack for game. This card's a 5 out of 5. But if you are playing a purple deck with the Kinkakus and the Ginkakus, it's even better than a 5 out of 5. So just keep that in mind. This card's bananas. Ferrismon. Level 5 Ultimate 9000 DP 3 to evolve, 1 out of 5, you'll never play it. Rebellymon. When Digivolving, you may trash 1 card in your hand, have this Digimon gain a blocker, and retaliation until the end of your opponent's next turn. That's kind of a lethal combo, because if your opponent attacks, you block, and then you kill it. Also, all turns it's black, which is super interesting. It also evolves on top of black for 3. This card's decent, it's nothing crazy. It's really easy to play around, but it does force your opponent into weird spots if it comes out unprepared. So I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 because of its diversity. Maybe it doesn't deserve that rating, but 3 out of 5. You'll probably see it at some point in BT6, and it'll probably annoy you when you do. Skullgreymon. So this card is super, super interesting. When you trash this card in your hand using one of your effects, you may place it under one of your purple Digimon at the bottom of its Digivolution cards. Let's go to the inheritable real quick. It's just retaliation. So by trashing this card, you're giving something you control retaliation, which is okay. And then when attacking, you may trash 1 card in your hand to have this Digimon gain 3000 DP. This card is very versatile, I'm not gonna lie. It basically, if you trash something from if you trash it from your hand, not only does it play to your other synergies, but it also gives something retaliation, making it a removal card. That being said, I'm only gonna give it like a 2 out of 5. That might be a little bit low, but there are better cards in purple level 5 slot to play than this. But it is really cool, and you probably will see it at some point. Murmuckasmon. Okay. It has Retaliation. Level 6, 3 to evolve. And then on deletion, if you have 10 or more cards in trash, play one Orinosmon from your trash for free. Which is this card. We're just going to do both real quick. Orinosmon. Evolves for 4, but play for free, right? Security +1, and on play, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. So this is basically a meme deck. You like fill up your trash, evolve into this card, you kill stuff, and then you bring this back and you kill more stuff, attack or damage. This whole little synergy fun thing, I'm not going to give it any more than a 2 out of 5, because there are lots of better things to play in purple right now than this. But it is funny, and I'm sure someone will pull it off and have a good time with it. And finally, Titamon. When Digivolving, trash card in your hand, then play level 4 or lower Digimon from your trash, purple, without paying its memory cost. That's really good. And then once per turn, you may trash a card in your hand using one of your effects. Sorry, when you trash a card in your hand using one of your effects, it's plus 1000 DP and security +1. This card is bonkers in its deck. I am going to give it a 5 out of 5. I think it's that good, and I think it has tier 1 potential. And yeah, that's really all I say about it. It is really build around though, but like, this is a consistent purple deck. And you can give yourself a lot of cards that activate when trashed, or inheritables that activate when trashed. So I think it's okay. I think this actually gets a lot better in BT7. But until then, it's still fine. 5 out of 5. I'll stick with it. Now we go to the white cards. We have white cards in this set. Sistermon Blanc. Level 3. All turns. Play with Digimon with Hookmon or World Knight in its type. All your Digimon with Sistermon gain blocker, and then on play, draw a card. This card is really cool in its deck. In its deck, it is a 5 out of 5, because blockers are freaking insane, and drawing cards on play is freaking insane. I don't know if you play this anywhere else. But yeah. 5 out of 5. Good card. I want to cover the other Sistermon here real quick, even though it's out of order. This one, all turns, while your Digimon with Hookmon and Royal Knight get plus 2000 DP, and on play gain memory. This one is also very good, but if I had to choose, because Justmon is such a bricky deck, I would rather have the one that draws cards, and block gives you protection too. 2000 memory is great, but 2000 might be a little bit overkill, maybe. But Maynard memory is cool. So it is a 4 out of 5 in the Justmon deck. Alright, Eosmon time, guys. It's Eosmon time. So, on play. For 4, by the way, level 4. You may play one white Tamer card with a play cost 4 or less, without paying its memory cost. Then your opponent can play a Tamer card for free. I don't like that at all. I don't. But that's a good inheritable. You may play one white Tamer card when attacking. That's really good. It gets to Manoa, which is the card you'll really play. But you also could throw down Matt and Tai, or Takumi. So there you go. It's not a bad card, but like, no. It's a 2 out of 5. Level 5 Eosmon, then Gimmick. You can include up to 50 copies of this card in your deck. Yep, that's it. And then when attacking, you may play a level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand for free. Yep. And then you turn inheritable plus 1 on the DP. It's the meme. It's the meme, guys. 2 out of 5. What it is. And now big bad boss monster Eosmon. Evolves for 5, by the way. Is it worth it? I don't think so. When Digivolving, for each Tamer in play, you may place one level 5 or lower Eosmon from your trash at the top of this Digimon's Digivolution cards in any order. If you place 2 or more cards this way, delete one of your opponent's Digimon. So it is kind of good. It deletes any Digimon. That is good. And then security attack plus 1 for every 3 Digivolution cards in its stack. So that's the meme you're building up to. This card's a 3 out of 5 because it's super build around. But when it gets off, yeah, you probably do fine. So it's a 3 out of 5. Alright, secret rare times. Alphamon. Black. This card is dumb. Level 6. Security effect. At the end of the battle, add this card to your hand. Then if a Digimon with World Knight or X antibody in its type is in play, up to 12 of your opponent's Digimon can't attack players for the turn. I want to know why they picked 12. I feel like they rolled a d20 and they said, okay, what number did it land on? Oh, 12? Alright. 12 it is. Yeah. It just stuns your opponent, basically, if you see it in security. It basically ends their attacks for the turn. And that's really good. And you play 4 of it. So it could happen. And then when attacking, you may pay up to 5 memory. If you do, this Digimon gains +1 DP for each memory paid. And then at the end of the attack, gain 2 memory. So like, if you choose not to do that, you just gain 2 memory at the end of every attack. This card is 5 out of 5. It's really freaking good. Also, FNAF. Thank you for the follow. Also, thank you for the first time chat. I'm having a great day, and I hope you are too. And the other secret rare of the set, Beelstarmon. It costs 12 to play and 3 to evolve. None of that matters. When playing this card from your hand, reduce its cost by 1 for each 3 Musketeers Digimon card and option card. The memory costs 7 in your trash. I was playtesting this deck. You can play this card for free so many times, and with Impmon bringing it back, it's just stupid. So, there you go. When you play it, you may return an option card with memory cost 7 from your trash to your hand, and then use an option card with 7 from your hand without paying its memory cost. Also, I might have said 7 or less from turning it to hand, it is 7. But, okay. When you can play... this Musketeer deck, it grinds your opponent out. It's kind of like security control, but, you know, it's not, sort of. But this card, if you get to the grind game and you're dropping these for free, you win the game. Because you are dropping this stuff, you're killing things for free with the options, you play Nailbone, so you bring back Gengaku Promote, and just keep swinging, and just keep swinging, and you can literally win the game. For anyone in my chat asking, she is like $65 US right now. Yeah. It'll probably go down when the set comes out a little bit, but like, this card is a 5 out of 5, worth the hype, 10 out of 5 for its art, and that's all I gotta say. This is probably, like, top 3 cards of friggin' BT6. Like, straight up. Bonkers, bananas, this card's stupid. Omnimon. The Ghost Rare Omnimon. This is a reprint of the Set 1 Omnimon. It's a 5 out of 5 because it's Omnimon. That's all I'm gonna say. If I pull this card on stream, I'm gonna, like, explode. It's gonna be really, really nice. Okay, so Tai Kamiya here. This is the timer you want to play in, like, any Agumon or any Agumon deck. When one of your Digimon with Agumon or Greymon and its name moves from the beginning of the battle area, gain memory and draw 1. Like, you can play this Tamer without even, like, going into, like, Agumon Bond of whatever. But speaking of Agumon Bond of Bravery, once per turn, you can Digivolve your Agumon into your Agumon Bond of Bravery in your hand, first the dilution cost, ignoring its level. Yeah, that's how that deck works. You basically go from a 3 to a 7, just like that. But if you do, trash the top 2 cards of your security stack. Then, if you have 1 or more security cards, leave that Digimon at the end of the turn. You probably will. It will probably die, but it's really good. And by the way, the mat is the same, basically. Only for Gabumon and Garurumon. So both these Tamers are 5 out of 5s, especially in their Bond decks. Really good cards. TK and Kari. If you have 3 security cards on your opponent to start your turn, gain 2 memory, which you probably will. Then, your turn, when one of your yellow Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Tamer to have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 1000 DP for the turn. It's a Tamer that does damage to your opponent's attacks. If you can get, like, multiple of this card, it's really kind of nutty. It is what Shine Greymon needs. Absolutely. I agree. It is a good Tamer card, though. Not gonna lie. It's not gonna see any play this format, but next format, it'll see play with Shine Greymon, probably. So for now, I'm gonna give this, like, a 3 out of 5. But that could go up as time moves on. Izzy and Joe. Start your turn. If your opponent has 2 or more Digimon in play, Gain 2 memory. That's very easy to do, by the way. You don't even think about it sometimes. So it could just be 2 free memory right away. And then, opponent's turn. When one of your black Digimon is deleted, suspend to draw a card. I really like this Tamer, because it draws you cards, which in black is really good, because it doesn't have draw power, really. And the 2 memory is probably going to happen a lot. So this one is a 4 out of 5. You'll see it a lot. It's a good card. Sora and Mimi. So, start a turn. If your opponent doesn't have a level 4 or lower Digimon in play, gain 2 memory. Then your turn. When one of your purple Digimon attacks, you may suspend this Tamer to draw a card and trash a card. This card is kind of cool. I actually think it's maybe the weakest out of the 3 Tamers we got down the road. But it is really good in the trash card from your hand decks. So I am going to give it a 3 out of 5. That could be promoted to a 4 out of 5. Like, for sure. And finally, Manoa Bellucci. We already talked about her. The Eosmon Tamer. 4 to play white. The Memory Tamer for white. It sets you to 3. So that's good. Your turn. If you have Eosmon in play, suspend this Tamer. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add Tamer or Digimon with Eosmon in its name and add to your hand. Remaining cards go to the bottom. But the funniest part about this Tamer, while you have Eosmon in play, during your opponent's turn, your opponent's Tamers don't unsuspend during their unsuspend phase, which is freaking hilarious. This Tamer, I saw this Tamer when Eosmon stuff was being spoiled, and I'm like, man, if this Eosmon is, if the Eosmons are good, this Tamer is fucking broken. Unfortunately, they're not that good. So I'm gonna place this card at a 4 out of 5. Memory Tamer is really good, and like being able to shut off Tamers is good. But if you're not playing this, an Eosmon is probably 1 out of 5. It does nothing for you. Alright. Option time. Judgment of the Blade. 1 cost, red, main. When your Digimon with Huckmon or Royal Knight in this type can attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon this turn. Yeah. By the way, Justmon gets piercing. Just throwing it out there. And then, security. Play a Digimon card or Systemon in its name from your hand or trash for free, then add this to your hand. This card's a 5 out of 5. Maybe even bigger. This card's insane. You don't play 4 of it necessarily in the deck, but like, when you get this card off, it's so powerful. Actually, really good card. Red Reamer. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less. If your opponent has 3 more Digimon in play, delete something with 13,000 DP or less. This is really cool. Security Control might play it. And it's 4 to play. Like, straight up, 4 to pay. Like, that's a good card. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I think there's better, but it is good. Happy Bullet Showering. If you have a Digimon with 3 Musketeers in this type in play, ignore the color requirements, which is kind of cool. Main, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. Again, it deletes either one thing, or if there's multiple of the same DP lower, kills them all. Just kind of cool. And then activate the main effect in security. So, like, it's a surprise attack, right? 4 out of 5. This card's really good. Especially Musketeers. Forbidden Trident. Okay, 1 to play. One of your Digimon gets plus 2,000, and when attacking, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to the hand. And then security add to your hand. I think people are overhyping this card. I think it's, like, maybe a 3 out of 5. It's actually really funny. I think it's best in the blue decks that attack multiple times, because then you just bounce multiple level 3s. It's really good against Rookie Rush. But again, they are level 3s, so they can just replay them really easily. That's what I think about that card. Howling Memory Boost. 3 to play. Trash up to 2 Digivolution cards from the bottom of your opponent's Digimon. Then, when your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. Then place this card in your battle area. And then it's a delay card. You get rid of it whenever you want during your turn to gain 2 memory, except the turn you play it. This we'll see play in Goblin and other blue decks, most likely, especially until we get the blue memory boost from the starter deck. This card's a 4 out of 5. Maybe even a 5 out of 5. It's really that good. Rattlestar. This card is a mini Kakaida's Breath, basically. Return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower to the hand. If your opponent has 3 or more Digimon in play, bring it to the bottom of the deck instead. And then its security just activates. If it was honestly level 6, this would be a 5 out of 5, but it's only level 5. So because of that, I'm giving it like a 3 out of 5. But it is a good card. Acid Injection. You trash top card of your security stack, then one opponent's Digimon get minus 5,000 DP for the turn. If it's a security, you add to your hand, and for 1 to play. We saw this earlier in a level 5 yellow Digimon, but like 1 to play is really good. This is really good in Yellow Rookie Rush. This card is a 5 out of 5 in Yellow Rookie Rush. Not as good anywhere else, but yeah, good card. Okay, Reinforcing Memory Boost. It costs 6 to play. It is heavy. Reveal top 2 cards from your deck. One of them goes on top of your security stack face down, and the other card goes to your hand. You guys like security control? Do you like that deck? Because, yep. This card's kind of dumb. Also, yellow decks can just play this card if they want to. It's really good. This card is a 5 out of 5. And I hope you guys like seeing this in security control. By the way, it's a memory boost that gains you 3 and not 2. It's a better Holy Wave. Yeah, this card's a 5 out of 5. Like, no doubt. Wyvern's Breath. This is Gaia Force for yellow, but it does minus 15,000 DP instead of deleting. So it gets around things like Craniumon. Yeah. 5 out of 5. Tropical Venom. For 0. One of your opponent's Digimon gains Unleash and lose 2 memory. This card is a meme. It's not that good. I think it's a 1 out of 5. Blasted Disaster. For 6. Suspend all your opponent's Digimon. Then gain 1 memory for each suspended Digimon. And then in security, it suspends all your opponent's Digimon. Like, I don't even know. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5. Because, like, on paper it's really good, but, like, I don't think so. Parabolic Junk. Main. For 0. One of your opponent's Digimon gains Unleash and gain 2 memory until the end of your opponent's next turn. Like, it is kind of funny, and if security adds it to your hand, but it's kind of just a -1. So I wouldn't play it. 1 out of 5. Go out Schwarmer. Another Musketeer option. If you have a Musketeer, ignores color requirements. Deletes all Digimon with play cost of 7 or less. It's the only one that doesn't activate in security. And for that, I have to give it a 4 out of 5. But it is really good. And it does delete a lot of things. Iron Fisted Onslaught. For 8, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the highest play cost. Yep. And then it activates main in security. This card is a 5 out of 5 because it's taking out your opponent's biggest thing, and that's really good. So, there you go. Also, again, if there's a tie amongst the highest play cost, it deletes them all. So, that's really cool. Glaive Memory Boost. This card is cracked, just so you guys know. Its main is you return 1 purple card from your trash to your hand, you place it in your battle area, and then you gain 2 memory when you choose to crack it. This card is like a better Matt Ishida. You know what I mean? It costs 3, it gains 2 memory at any point in time, and like, as soon as you have 1 Matt Ishida in play, this is just way better. So, yeah. 5 out of 5. No doubt. No doubt. Underworld's Call. 4 to play. When you trash this card in your hand using one of the effects, trigger draw 1. It's kind of cool. You may play 1 purple level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. And in security, activate that main effect. This guy can bring back the guy with Rush. This card is really good. And it has synergy as well. If you play this card in Titamon, it's a 5 out of 5. And yeah. If you don't play in Titamon, it might be a little bit less. But if you play this in Titamon, and you already have the Ganku promote in the grave, it's a 5 out of 5, like, hands down. Fly Bullet. Musketeer option, so it plays for free for Musketeer on field. Delete when your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. Activate it in security. 5 out of 5, just delete something. Honestly, it's so good. The final card, Cutting Edge. It's an Eosmon option. 6 to play. You may play one level 5 or lower Eosmon from your hand for free, and delete one of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to the Digimon played. It's very, very edgy. It does activate the main effect. And, yeah. That's it. It's a 1 out of 5. I don't even know if he'd play this card in Eosmon, to be real. But if it does activate in security, it could be kind of funny. So, yep, there you go. And that's it. That's our BT6 review. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, because you're watching this on YouTube, and we're out of here. So, see you later. Take care.